honor ceremony that is very special, okay? So, thank you very much for your attention. We will now get started with the Middle School Jack Excellence Ceremony. Before I give the microphone to our amazing secondary principal, Mrs. Hughes, I'm just going to go over a couple of housekeeping things, okay? Please make sure that we are as quiet as possible during the speeches, and you are welcome to cheer as loudly as you possibly can while we announce the names of the students, okay? As Mrs. Hughes said, when there were less students here, we do have some guests that are here as well today. So we expect to see you on your best behavior. All right? Is that clear? Yes. Is that clear? Yes. Thank you very much. Now, a big round of applause for Mrs. Hughes.
Thank you, Miss Ba. Yeah, we're not on our best behavior, we are on our guest behavior, which is below best behavior. Oh, sorry, beyond best behavior. How is everybody? Good. Yeah, a little bit tired, right? But that's really fair, because in this year, this long year, you have worked hard and you have achieved a lot. So the first thing that I would like to do right now is to ask you about a moment of excellence. Maybe you have seen a friend doing something excellent. Maybe you have seen a teacher doing something super impressive. Maybe it happened in the classroom or outside of the classroom. Let's take 30 seconds of total, utter silence. Just be with yourself and think about that. Something amazing you have seen at ISD. Silence starts now. We are all present, and now I would like to ask you what you thought about. What is that amazing thing you witnessed that talks about ISD excellence? Put your hand up if you would like the mic. We're starting with you, Milo.
Leadership.
And that's it? Whose leadership went where?
You and Ms. Bob.
Thank you. I see some hands up over there. Is someone being volunteered or are they volunteering? Something amazing. Celebrate each other. Celebrate your friends. What did they do this year that shows ISD excellence? Navi, you want to say something? Do you want to come down and grab the mic? We're going to do this respectfully, please. Thank you.
My friend. I'm all broke. My friend said I'm always need to trash. Yeah. And do this.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. There's some friends who are leaving, maybe. You want to acknowledge them in this moment. The friends who are staying, who did something amazing that you would like to salute. It's your kudo time. I'm taking one or two more celebrations for friends. Yes, come down.
My friend Nelson, I will be playing for Wall. He will be a very nice teammate and he will support other players.
And I'm taking one more kudo.
I'd like to give a kudo to Emma. She's leaving, and I'd like to thank her for always being there for our friends. And even when she's not like always with me, she always takes her time to like understand us and hear us.
I'm not surprised at all that excellence at ISD is described as something 100% social. I think that this is a school about being together, about growing together, and about friendship. Well, I would like to share my personal story, not of excellence, but of learning. Well, guys, currently, I am learning how to drive. I haven't learned how to drive. I'm so old, even if I look so young. Well, first of all, when I was studying in the south of France, I didn't have the money to pay for the driving license, so that was off the table. And then I started working, and the opportunity never came because either I was in a space where there was such good public transport that I didn't need to challenge myself to drive, or I was working in countries where I had drivers, or I had my personal driver, aka my husband. So I never really had to drive. So now I'm finding myself in a situation where I'm doing something that you probably get to do when you're like 16 or 17 or 18. But I'm trying to be proud of it, right? I'm trying not to be embarrassed and to embrace the opportunity and the challenge to, get another skill even that late in life, okay? And to me, that's what JAG Excellence Awards are. They are the highest accolade in this school, and they are not attached to a number or a letter or a level. They are attached to this space where challenge and opportunity meets, and we are there to rise to the occasion. And a lot of you have done that this year. A lot of you have taken the opportunity that was given to them to shine and have transformed the essay, as we say in rugby. Is that what you say in rugby? In English, en français, on dit transformer l'essai. Yeah. So, yeah, that's JAG Excellence Award for you today. I'm extremely proud of all of you, all the efforts that you have given, that you have put in the classroom this year. And I think that in so many, let's stop chatting, please. Can we stop chatting? Can we stop the personal conversations? In so many ways, you, at one point in the year, you deserve to get this award. It doesn't mean that the people who get it don't deserve it even more. Or, I think what I want to say, everyone deserves to get the award, and we still want to be supporting and clapping and enjoying the moment with those of you who have risen to the occasion and are getting the award today. Am I making sense? Yeah, I know that I'm mumbling my words a little bit. It's also the end of the year for me, excuse. Well, without further ado, let's say that JAG Excellence Awards 2025 are now officially open.
Before we announce the winners of each grade, we're going to invite your team leads on stage where they will directly address all the students in grade. So we're going to start with Miss Sako in grade 6. Big round of applause for Miss Sako.
Hi, grade 6. Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to say a couple of words to my grade 6 students, some of which we've been together since your first grade, my many moves here at ISD. I want to say that you have grown not only as learners, grade 6, but as individuals. You've adapted to new challenges, transitions, as well as friendships. And you have learned so much, and you have grown as well, just in general as people. So moving into grade 7, I want you to know that you're not the youngest anymore in middle school, something to be proud of. And I want you to understand and recognize that you're stepping into role model situations. You'll face more responsibility, but you also have more opportunities to discover who you are. So remember, ask questions, keep learning, and be kind to each other. Thank you for the year, grade 6. So I'm going to invite 2 speakers to come up to be able to talk about our nominees or recipients. I won't say the names just yet, so I'm going to invite Ms. Johnson to come up first.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sako. And good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone say, hey, Ms. Johnson? Hey, Ms. Johnson. When I say yo-yo, can you say yes, yo-yo? Yes. Yo-yo. Yes. All right, good. I'm glad that y'all up and alive today, because y'all looking a little down. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ms. Johnson. It was a pleasure to be able to serve as an advisor this year for grade 6. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today and recognize a truly outstanding student as the recipient of this year's JAG Excellence Award. This award is not just about academic achievement, though the student has certainly shown dedication in the classroom. It is also about leadership, resilience, and a kind and caring spirit and character. Throughout this year, this individual has embodied all these qualities, whether participating in various activities, supporting classmates, or stepping up when challenges arise. They have shown determination and heart in everything they do. And that drive doesn't only stop at the school doors, but continues in the swimming pool, where this student was also a dedicated member of our swim team. Balancing academics, responsibilities, and physical and mental demands of competitive swim is no easy feat. It takes discipline, time management, and a strong sense of commitment, all of which this student has demonstrated time and time again. Their presence in both the classroom and the pool serves as a powerful example of what it means to stay focused on your goals even when the waters get rough, literally and figuratively. This student's work ethic, leadership, and positive spirit makes them truly deserving of this award. We are proud of them and can't wait to see where their journey takes them next. Please join me in congratulating our JAG Excellent Award recipient, Louise Bunyan.
I'm going to invite Ms. Aisita up as well.
each year, the Jack Excellence Award recognizes a student who's consistently demonstrating outstanding commitment to their learning, good character, and deep engagement within the community. So today's recipient may not be the loudest voice in the room, but his quiet strength and consistent presence have left a lasting impression on both his teachers and his peers. In every class, he shows up with focus, integrity, and a clear drive to excel. Not for recognition, but because he holds himself to his high standard. He's the kind of student who doesn't need to be asked twice, who sees challenge and leans into it, and who brings a thoughtful, measured approach to everything he does. His teachers describe him as a role model, someone who leads not with words, but by example. You can count on him to always give his best. What's truly remarkable is how consistent he is. He doesn't seek praise. He doesn't chase attention. He simply does the work, and he does it very well, and with humility. And in doing so, he lifts the standard for everyone around him. Even with a broken arm, he does not make excuses in completing his work. Today, we recognize not just academic excellence, but the kind of quiet dedication that often goes unnoticed and absolutely deserves to be celebrated. So it is my great honor to present this year's Jack Excellence Award to David.
Congratulations, Damien and Louise. Very well deserved. Now we're going to move on to grade 7, and I will invite up Mr. Mike, your team lead. Big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Grade 7 is an incredible year. Collectively, we had our service trip in Diane, we had our retreat at Barrage Hotel. You ran student-led activities during Earth Day, and equally impressive, we had participants from grade 7 helping out with ISD ambassadors, competing in the Taranga Cup, in waist slope swimming, in math counts, band, and robotics. We had 7th graders in the theater plays, Ego Goddess, in the last days of school. We had 1, maybe 2 participants in the secondary band concert. And also we had athletes participating in waist slope multi-sport. There's no doubt that you put so much of your energy, your enthusiasm, your creativity in the classroom and outside of the classroom. There's lots to celebrate. So grade 7, it's been a pleasure to be your grade level team lead this year. Advisors, thank you all for everything that you've done. Couldn't have done without you. To everyone out there, I know we have some departing students. All the best to you. And for those of you returning, we'll see you next year. So thank you very much. I would like to welcome Mr. Spencer to speak for our first Jack Excellence Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. I said good afternoon, everyone. Now, I need to be a little selfish because before I present the first 7th grade recipient of the Jack Excellence Award, I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude and to provide some plaudits to the entire class of 2030. Give them a huge round of applause. Give them some love as they bid farewell to the zenith of middle school. Some of you will be moving on to new adventures and new schools. Like the heroes that you are, all of you are about to enter a labyrinth. I will remain behind. Where you go, I cannot follow. Where you venture, I dare not tread. I'm talking about grade 8. Now, grade 8 is tough. I'm sorry, Mr. Negrete, I don't want to cast aspersions. Grade 8 is hard. The work gets harder because they're preparing you for high school. While you're in the middle of trying on new personalities and new masks, all the time you feel like you're on stage and people are judging you. I feel like that right now. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Middle school, for me personally, is the hardest thing I have ever done. I would never go back. It really is a hero's journey, a quest filled with perils and humiliations. And you all really have been heroes. You've been scorched by different dragons. Sometimes the dragons have flames of formatives and summatives, fangs shaped like friends, whipping tails woven from our worries and anxieties. But with lances of goodwill. I think I play too much D&D. I don't know what's... You have helped puncture the bubble that separates us from the outside community. You have rode for each other in hard times and high times. And most importantly, you all have made real, memorable fun. Being your advisor and teacher of your teacher cohort has been a blast. You have accomplished so much, and these JAG Excellence Awards are just another pebble on the pile of your achievements. When one eats, we all eat. When one shines, we all shine. And so let's bask in the light of this year's JAG Excellence recipient. This 7th grade recipient of the JAG Excellence Award has led the charge. A clear-sighted visionary who balanced creative and critical thinking in both her community service and artistic pursuits. Ever dependable to do what is needed and always willing to do what is right. An invaluable organizer of community and collective action, a catalyst for change, the sole middle school representative in the anti-bullying and harassment task force, a leader and producer of the play The Last Day of School, the organizer of this morning's talent show, wonderful, witty, worthy, I give you Marie Green! Next up, I bring to the stage Mr. Kofi!
I'm not going to try and outdo Mr. Spencer. But just to tag on to what Mr. Spencer said, truly, honestly, with the non-academic awards, when, as Mr. Spencer says, when one of you wins, you actually all win. Because you have an incredible amount of influence over each other. And that influence is what drives you inside the classroom. So, remember that the activities you get into, the things that make you passionate, find your group and find that group that helps you achieve that. And once you do that, you will be successful on a daily basis. That's what excellence is outside the classroom. So stick together and know that this journey is one that you do take together. Anyway, so we're here to celebrate an award that means a lot to our community. It's an excellence award in which we value respect, integrity, responsibility, and empathy. These aren't just words that are posted on walls, but they're actually supposed to be values and principles that we live by. So today's recipient lives by these values, not just occasionally, but consistently, quietly, humbly, okay, maybe sometimes a little humbly. He's a little chatty in the classroom, a little bit chirpy. And I thank him sometimes for snitching on some of the people in the class that make jokes about my bald head. Anyway, so his friends describe him as a kind, thoughtful, fun to be around. His teachers speak of him with admiration. Someone who's always polite, always respectful, that always treats others with respect. In my class, like I said, he's always busy, but never not willing to help a hand. Whether it's with assisting classmates, offering a few words of encouragement, or just banter in the classroom. But his impact was beyond the classroom. This year, he was a multi-sport athlete, represented our school with dedication and pride at the China Cup, which we did win in November. He was also a member of the middle school multi-sport sport team that went to Ghana. The student doesn't just need the spotlight to shine. In fact, he is the light. And one of the quotes that I thought about quite a bit to try and figure out how I could describe him comes from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. And the quote says, "Just as ripples spread out when a single pebble drops into water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects." And so this individual comes in with his energy every single day and brings a positivity to you. So I believe the student is that kind of a pebble, where he creates ripples of kindness, respect, and compassion wherever he goes. To the students receiving this award today, remember, you are the spark and the light that leads and guides others to this journey of recognition. And today it is the two who represent the group. So your journey is just beginning, but you're already leaving a trail of goodness behind with compassion, and you're leading with character that inspires students and adults alike. So it is with absolute pleasure that I call upon an individual, one who I have a lot of respect for his courage, his respectfulness, and his actions that echo around the school. Congratulations to this World Civil Awards to Nathan Getoga.
Now, when I first spoke with you all back in August, we had our first grade level meeting, the first thing that I put a lot of emphasis on, and I asked you to seriously consider this year, was how you could be leaders. As 8th graders, as the top of the middle school food chain, you guys really lead by example. You are the role models for 6th, for 7th, and everybody below. And so I want to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for the work that you've done this year. You've put in work to be leaders on the field, on the pitch, on the court, in the classroom, when it came to service, when it came to dance, when it came to mathematics, to robotics, and on and on and on. You guys put in the work, and you showed what leaders you could be. There is definitely still room for growth in every single one of you, but you showed a lot of courage, you showed a lot of commitment, and you showed the willingness to step up when you were called upon, and I very much appreciate that. Now, next year, you go from the top of the food chain down to grade 9. That, with it, carries a lot of expectations in itself. You mean no less to this school. If anything, you mean that much more. You are that much more important in terms of what we ask of you and the commitment we ask that you have for this school and this community. So how you rise to that occasion is the question I want you to be thinking about this summer. How will you step up to give back to your community and continue to support each other, because your greatest strength across every single one of you is your bond with each other. how you work with each other, how you support each other on those down days, and how you high-five each other and have each other's back on those up days. So please continue to have each other's back. Many of you are leaving this year, but we will not forget you. We hope you don't forget us. And there will be more that fill in their seats, and there will be more that build up this grade. So please support one another from now into next year and thereafter. All right, thank you very much. Now, when we look at these two JAG Excellence recipients today, they rose to the occasion all year long. They showed what leaders they are, not for their own accolades, but because they are a part of this community. They genuinely wanted to give back to this community. So to start off, we have Miss Kate, who's going to announce our first winner.
Hi, grade 8. I always get a little nervous for these awards, so I'm sorry in advance. Oh, I'm gonna miss you guys. All right, so there are students who impress you with skills, and there are those who impress you with their depth. This year's JAG Excellent recipient is someone who brings thoughtfulness and intention to everything she touches. Over the past 3 years, I've had the privilege of teaching her, and I've seen firsthand how she never settles for the easy route. She doesn't just complete assignments, she transforms it into something entirely her own. In grade 7, when most people chose to design a simple shoe or a croc, she crafted a knee-high boot, bold, detailed, and entirely original. That same mindset came through into music, where she chose one of the most challenging brass instruments, the euphonium, right? Am I right on that? Okay. And committed to it fully, staying focused through every rehearsal, right into the final performance. What sets her apart isn't her talents, but it's her internal compass. She holds herself to a high standard, one that teachers or parents do not set, but with her own sense of integrity. She's someone who knows where she stands. In a world where it's easy to follow the crowd, she has the courage, she chooses courage over comfort. She speaks up when something feels wrong, and she defends those who are not hurt. She's opened spaces for difficult conversations, not to be right, but to go deeper. She can engage in university-level debates, and several teachers, including Ms. Anna Maria, have spoken about the impact of her voice in advisory. Thoughtful, grounded, and honest. That same tenacity she shows in sports, whether on the court or field. She plays with her heart, she gives everything, and in doing so, she elevates everyone around her. Her team fights harder because she sets the tone. And when she's done it again and again in Waisels and Taranka Cups, always showing up with grit and grace. Some students look for shortcuts. They show up, do the work, stay true to themselves even when it's hard. But Rashida has done that constantly. And that's why we're honoring here. So please join me in celebrating Rashida, a student whose strength relies on her discipline, determination, and integrity. All right, and Ms. Andrea, will you come to the stage?
Hello, sorry, I will not keep the speaker to the end. Today we celebrate Eva. Please come. A couple of wonderful words about you, okay? So from the very first moment of the day, you greet the world with a smile. You lifted everyone around you. That joy, that warmth has become a part of what makes our mornings better, our advisory mornings. In advisory, you've shown us what it means to be a true friend and a true collaborator. You know when it's time to focus, you know when it's time to laugh, you know when it's time to learn, you know when it's time to play. You are always ready to engage in mature, meaningful conversations. You're a steady presence, someone you can always rely on. As your music teacher, I want to personally thank you for the dedication and passion you brought to every rehearsal. You gave your all every time, whether leading a trumpet section or stepping into a new role to help others. Even when you knew you wouldn't be performing in the concert, you kept practicing your part with full commitment till the end. That kind of integrity is rare and is deeply respected. Now a bit of words on behalf of other teachers. Miss Nikki speaks so highly of you, always smiling, always ready to volunteer, always leading with strength and kindness. You put yourself out there, not for attention, but because you care. Miss Aishata calls you a joy to teach, a hard worker, a caring human being. Even on days when you're tired or quiet, you still check in on others. That compassion, that attention to detail, and your ability to shine both in class and on the field is what makes you truly stand out. Ms. Rebecca describes you as a truthful, reflective learner, a sharp thinker and a keen reader. You work well with everyone and your kindness shines in class. You are, in Ms. Rebecca's words, as I think, an all-around superstar Jaguar. Finally, we must celebrate your athletic achievements. You stand out in every sport you take on, combining physical strength with a spirit. Your presence lifts your teammates, as do your performances, including more than 28 goals this year, according to what Ms. Marjolaine, our athletic director, speaks. Whether you're driving to the basket or serving on the volleyball court, you're a force. But more than just an outstanding athlete, you're a leader, a teammate, and undoubtedly an example. You're everything that this award represents. You're respected, admired, and appreciated more than you know. It's a joy to learn from you, work beside you, and watch you grow.
All right, before you all sit down, can I get the teachers and the students that gave speeches and the students that are Jack Excellence winners for middle school, could you please come on stage and get a photo? And teammates, always. Come on. That is Ruiz, Damien, Nathan, Marie, Ife, and Rashida.
Wasn't that a beautiful ceremony? Could we give a round of applause to Ms. Bach for organizing this today?
I have one last word for you before we did not finish as early as I thought. Before you head out and have a little bit of free time before the end of the day. Okay? I cannot tell you how genuinely happy I am for the 6 students today who got this award. It was very tight. It was very difficult to choose. A lot of people were involved in the choosing, but a lot of you are truly excellent. So let's very much so give one last big round of applause to these middle school speeches that your teachers gave that were very detailed and very profound is because you've all stood out, not just because of what you've achieved, right? It's not about your grades, it's not about the different projects you have organized, but it's genuinely about who you are. It's about your empathy, your respect, your responsibility, and just how you've been showing up for ISD in this school year, and we're genuinely very, very proud of you. If your name was not called today, which is quite a few of you today, of course, right? I really don't want you to feel discouraged. Rather, I want you to feel encouraged. Think about, could this be me next year, right? Where is my reflection at? What are the things that I need to improve about myself, or how can I make my strengths shine even brighter than they are? Okay? Okay, as some of us said, this year wasn't the easiest of years, but I really feel like we came together as a grade 7. Thank you. As a community towards the end, and I want to thank you all for the role that you played in that. And my favorite part about this school is very much so that being a student here at ISD, it's not about the grades, it's not about the awards, although of course it is, right? It's about how you treat people. And that is what the difference of what it means to be a student here. It's about how you celebrate our different cultures, how you speak up and help out when someone needs it. And that's very much so what our values look like in real life. So, middle schoolers, my last word. You are the heart of this community, and you help shape what it feels like to walk these halls every day. And leadership doesn't mean you have to have a title or a badge or a specific role, even though some of you do, that were awarded here today. But real leadership is very much so about setting a positive example, and that's something that any single one of you could do. So, once again, middle school, thank you for this excellent year, and we send you off with encouragements for next year. All right? Thank you very much. I'm not done. Almost done. Thank you. All right, you have about 15 minutes left. How many of you have signed your checkout forms? Okay, hands down. How many of you have not signed your checkout forms? That's an issue. There we go. Yeah. A couple more announcements. Folks, we are not moving yet. You can have a seat. You have less free time the more you speak. Thank you. A couple announcements.
Just one. I'd like us all to give a standing ovation to Ms. Ba as well as Ms. Hughes, who are leading us as our secondary middle school leadership. Everyone please stand up. Everyone please stand up. Ms. Hughes and Ms. Ba, thank you so much for your leadership towards the middle school and setting the example for us